Gonna fast forward a little bit to April 2007, brother. You were at Club Villa Fontana on a Saturday night. The crowd let out, as the story goes, and you came to the outside, and unfortunately, some individuals came upon you, and then you suffered a gunshot wound to the head. Could you try to describe as best as you know it to be and you remember it to be what it was like on that Saturday night when y'all was having probably a nice time in the club, and then
Yeah.
once you came out?
I had a good time in the club. We was leaving. Club let out. I was walking in the parking lot. Someone called my name. I turned around. There was a guy standing there with a gun. I seen the gun. I turned back. I said, as I seen the gun, I turned back around. He shot. He hit me at the left side of my head. It came out up there. I was blessed. It didn't hit my brain.
So, as far as you know and what the doctors have shared with you, did you ever find out what size caliber bullet that was that hit you?
No, sir.
But when you got hit, the bullet, did it exit your head, or was it embedded in your head?
It went through. And some of it came out, but it was another little piece of her in the top.
Another fragment in the top of the brain.
In the top of my skull. It didn't go through my skull.
And I still want to place a still at Villa Fontana, as the story goes. Some say it was 100 plus that were kind of in the square at the time once you got shot. As you reflect back now.
But after I got shot,
yeah,
I remember going back in the club, telling the police I got shot. And coming back outside, and they said, that's when I collapsed. But after I told the police I got shot, they didn't even come out of the club.
So you collapsed on the ground right then.
And then they said some girls gave me CPR. But as the girls was giving me CPR, that's when the police come out of the club and tell the girls to get off of me.
And that's when you were rushed to University of Louisville Hospital, brother.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, your family came to the emergency room. I remember running down there myself because your sister Jeanette called me up. And it was a shock to me. She said Rodney got shot in the head up at Villa Fontana. One thing I want to go back for a few seconds. The mere fact that was in downtown Louisville, right across the street from the Brown Hotel.
Right across the street.
Some people would think, Rodney, nobody would be that brazen or blatant to want to shoot a person right in downtown Louisville like that in front of the Brown Hotel in such close proximity.
Mm-hmm.
Could you explain to our audience why a person probably could have that kind of mindset? Because it's not happened just once to you, it happened even after that to another person that I know. Why would a person get that bold to just do it right there like that, man?
I mean, people just don't care nowadays. And plus, he didn't just shoot once. They say after he shot me, he shot a couple more times.
So the lesson that I'm drawing from that is that, like you said, once a person's determined to do what they're going to do, they'll do it regardless of who or what is in close proximity to the situation.
Anyway, yeah.
Gotcha. So I'm going to fast forward back to the hospital. Family was up there and friends were up there. I remember the surgeons coming telling your mother and your sister and them and friends that you only had about a 5% chance of survival in regards to you receiving that gunshot wound to the head. Of course, you were going through surgery, and they were doing their best to do what they should be doing as surgeons to try to at least administer to the injuries, okay? With that said, they said you only had about a 5% survival rate, excuse me. A lot of people were concerned that you weren't going to make it through the next several hours, okay? I left the hospital that particular morning. It was a Sunday morning, thinking at that time that, you know, there was a high probability based on other experiences that you wasn't gonna make it. But day by day, we started to feel that there might be something there that was a little bit different than the normal process of a person who gets shot in the head with probably a high caliber bullet. You kept fighting. Your mother was fighting for you. Your family was fighting for you. And they let the doctors know that they weren't going to take you off life support. Could you explain what that means to you now in regards to your mother and them hanging in there? Because I've been with other families now up at the same hospital that made the choice to take their loved ones off life support. As you reflect back, you said before that you've always talked to your mother at some level to let her know if anything ever happened to me, don't take me off life support. Why did you feel that way, bro?
Because of the way I lived in the streets. And, you know, it was due time. They always told me if you live by a gun, you're going to die by one.